The sun is setting here in Uluwatu, Bali. This is my home, this is where I live, and this is where I share my passions. Um, so most of you know me through the Mayan dream spell and the teachings I do with that and the readings. And I live very closely with this calendar, and I see the patterns and the themes that are unearthed in physical reality and very synchronistically flow in with this system, the dream spell. And I know it's been a pretty turbulent couple of weeks. I've been feeling it on my end. I've been seeing it in many of my friends and even on a global scale. And it's almost seems as if it's caused us all to go into a bit of hermit mode. Everything's kind of gone on pause. And if any of you follow the celestial movements, the astrological movements with the Lion's Gate and the eclipse and all of these things, they are so beautiful and so profound. Yet there's been a piece coming up for me lately about them. A way we can really use them as launching pads. And I want to share it. And I think it has a lot to unearth. So with the Mayan dream spell, currently we're traveling in the energy of the yellow human. You don't really have to know what that means or what it means to be traveling with that energy. It's just very present to us at the moment. And I've been reflecting on this in the things that have come up in my life and seeing how this is actually strangely prophetic, that we have gone through this very astrological and deeply energetic time. Yet we're, right now, really supposed to be focusing on our humanness. And I've seen some of my good friends who start touching on this topic as well. Yes, we are spirits and we are divine deities and expansive beings, but we are also humans. And if we want to see results in our lives, if we want to be co-creators of the lives of our dreams, which we can be, we have to take action, and we have to engage our human bodies, and our human minds and brains, and our human legs and arms, and our human fingers. And this has been coming up for me. I'd been sick for the past 2 weeks with a stuffy nose, and coughing, and just unable to really fully function at my optimal level. And it brought up for me that sense of humanness, and how it was so easy for me to cocoon in those places of self-protection or comforting or even excuses. Like, I'm just really feeling this heavily. I'm really feeling this eclipse heavily. I'm really feeling these transitions, which I very much was, I'm sure. However, there's a fine line when there's time for really owning that story, and also time for creating your own story. And right now, the energy that is with us through the Mayan dream spell is the yellow human, which is about taking responsibility. And I know this word has a lot of obligations tied to it, such as tasks and pressure and having to give. But I really want to reframe that word, responsibility. It's simply your ability to respond to the way life is showing up for you. And I've been looking at this for myself lately. I was in a really powerful flow right before I got sick. New opportunities, people coming in and wanting to hear and share and create with me. Lots flowing and expanding. And then as we expand, there's natural contractions. And that's what happened. There was a contraction, and that shows that something in me was resisting that expansion, was resisting that my life could actually really pan out the way I wanted to create it. And now that's been really, as I'm coming out of it, I'm integrating that in. I'm letting myself really see that for what it is and take action. Not just like get it done and get shit done and push action. The combination of the masculine and the feminine, using my feminine intuition to really feel the situation, to see what's presenting itself. And then my masculine energy to actually act upon that. and to take responsibility, to do something about it. And we live in a time of, there's so much being offered, so many modalities, so many healers, so many experiences. We can often just get so saturated we do nothing. And we're just waiting for the right thing to come our way. And I really feel, at least for myself, the more empowering way to live life is to actually start creating your opportunities. From a place of balance, not from a place of burning yourself out. From a place of, this is what I want. Every day I'm going to take this step. It may be a baby step, but I'm going to take it fiercely. How are you taking responsibility in your life? How are you not taking responsibility in your life? These are questions that are so juicy because they may be uncomfortable, but they're so needed, and they're actually really empowering. There's nothing to defend. There's nothing to protect. I'm not here telling you that you're not taking action. I'm just here inviting you to look deeper. Because it's surrounding us right now, this time, to see our blocks, to see what it is that keeps us on the sidelines, rather than playing on the court. For me, it's absolutely probably a fear of my own power. I think I've got a bit of an avoidance to authority. I don't like being told what to do, but over time, and potentially throughout my childhood, there were times when I was very boisterous, and I said, this is the way it's going to be, I'm going to do this, and then I was told no, or you can't do that, which is a very natural thing. But then I think it works this muscle in us that tells us to wait for a command. Maybe not for all, but I think a lot of us, we wait for the command, we wait for someone to tell us what to do. Like sheeps, we're just waiting for guidance. And actually, deep down, we probably resent it a bit. Because we want to pave our path. But we're afraid of how to do that. We're afraid of being that powerful. Because what if we're told no? Or what if we face conflict? And this is, I guess I'm really grateful for these 2 weeks of being sick. Because it's actually allowing something to come through me a lot more strongly than before. And it's that sense of responsibility. My life, my finances, my sensuality and my connection to my body, my relationship is only going to be as abundant as I am abundant in my commitment and my giving and my energy. So yes, we are these celestial beings who can manifest with will. But we need a healthy dose of action, and we need a healthy dose of our human that knows how to move in this physical world, that knows how to create what it wants. How's your relationship to abundance? Does it scare you? Does it make you feel victimized or powerless? Abundance comes from within us. So if we want an abundance of love, if we want an abundance of money, if we want an abundance of health, first, we need to be able to tap into that abundant energy within us, which is that balance of intuition and responsibility, to be able to use that and take some of that, take out a cup of the water of abundance and pour it on the plant of money. Take out a cup of that abundance and pour it on the plant of love. We're just waiting for the rains in a drought, when we're not taking action, and when we're not also filling ourselves up. So these have been my human experiences and my human revelations. I need to fill my cup up. We need to fill our cups up with things that feed our juice. Reading or moving your body, getting into nature, singing, cooking, things that make you feel full. And then having that healthy dose of, okay, I understand. My life is exactly the way it is because of me. And this is a hard one because it might seem like, well, that person did that to me, and I wouldn't be in this situation if that person took my money, or you're where you are fully of your own accord. But the magic to that is you can be wherever you want to be fully of your own accord. And if anything is running through your head at the moment of easier said than done, or what does she know? Or she's living in Bali. How do you think I made this happen? Ever since a child, I was really aware that I could only be as abundant as I felt inside of me. And I did have dreams to travel and explore, and I actually wanted to be an archaeologist and travel the world and unearth artifacts and history, and now I'm actually doing that in a way that's slightly different to physically digging up bones, but I'm actually digging up truths, and I'm digging up magic. And I was not backed financially at all. Not even in the slightest. It's actually quite funny. But I've created this life. I've manifested a beautiful, beautiful man who is the partner that I walk beside. A beautiful home here in Bali. Passions that I'm able to share and uplift others and connect them to their joy. And I did this purely through the inner well of abundance. I'm not more abundant when I get more money. I'm not more abundant if I get more love from people. The abundance comes from in me. It's my responsibility to build that container for abundance. And everyone can do this, no matter where you are, no matter who you're with. The responsibility is yours. It's all about choice. And you have the choice to experience abundance in your life. So I know I share the dream spell, but there's a lot more to me than the dream spell. And the dream spell is an amazing vessel that this can all be encompassed into, because it helps you tap into your unique way of operating in this world so that it's easier to manifest, because you actually know what you want. But I really love working with this abundance consciousness. How abundant are you in here, so that you can start watering those plants and watering those seeds? So that's my share. I just wanted to send it all your way. And a little bit of update of what we're experiencing. It is that yellow human energy. So if you're noticing there's some bypass or things are going a bit off in your life, observe your response to life. Observe your response to these situations. Are you in power or is someone else in power? Because there's only one person we want to really be in power, and that's you. And you always are in power. So that's just a share and some reflections I've been having. And I really hope you're all doing well. Reach out if you're curious about abundance consciousness and what that means and ways to tap into it. Write back to this email. It's something that it's been a lifelong journey for me, and I love sharing it and hearing where you're at with the journey, because we're all here to grow together, and that's abundance in itself as well. So lots of love to you all, and have a beautiful, beautiful journey until we see each other next.